What's up, YouTube? Cat Sports here with another one. Now, this is a sports channel, so let's talk some sports. Before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community, Just Boxing Talk. We're a group of people that just love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. You don't have to have a channel or a podcast or anything like that to become a member. But there is one requirement. And that requirement is you have to just love talking boxing. Okay? Tampa Tommy, what's up, my friend? Salute. Lonnie Lee. Good afternoon, bro. How are you today? It's a beautiful day. Great time to be alive. Now, yesterday during my show, I talked a lot about Deron Ennis. Okay. Naturally, while talking about Boots, the subject of how he became the IBF Super Champion came up, right? And of how he didn't get the opportunity to win the title in the ring. And hear those words, and the new. Okay? He didn't get that before he was awarded the belt. Now, while I was talking about Boots, of course the topic of Terrence Crawford being stripped came up, right? So I thought a good topic for today's show would be to take a look at all the divisions in the sport of boxing and just go through and list the champions, including the interim and regular champions. Now keep in mind the fact that all four sanctioning bodies do not have interim or regular champions in every division, okay? In fact, some divisions don't have interim or regular champions at all, okay? So, but each sanctioning body does have a super champion in each division. So let's take a look at that, okay? Now, I'm just going to look at the men's champions today. Maybe take a look at the women's champions at another time. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start at the heavyweight division and work my way down. Now, there's 78 divisions or weight classes in boxing. I said 78. 17. There's 17 weight divisions in boxing. You want to come up, Tommy? I can, I can put the thing in there. Yeah. Now, there's 17 weight classes in boxing. I'm going to start at heavyweight and work my way down, okay? Let me put up this link in first because I got always open time. So give me just a minute or two. I can't type and talk at the same time. So it's going to take me like 2 minutes to put this link in. Let me see. What is it? Okay. I'm going to start at the heavyweight division and work my way back. Now, the heavyweight division is unlimited, okay? There's no weight limit, okay? You can come in weighing 800 pounds and fight at heavyweight, I guess. So, like Tyson Fury, that man had been in the ring over 300, I believe. Now, okay, at heavyweight, the WBO champion is Alexander Usyk. Okay. Okay, here it comes, Tommy. Right now. Okay. Okay, tell your next client company. Well, there it is, you know. However long you can stay is appreciated, you know. Okay. Now, IBF champion at heavyweight is also Alexander Usyk. The WBC is Tyson Fury. And the wait a minute, WBA is also Alexander Usyk, and the WBC is Tyson Fury. So Alexander Usyk is 3-belt unified at heavyweight. Now remember, there isn't an interim or regular champion in every division. But at heavyweight, the WBO has an interim, which is Zhilei Zhang, okay? And if he had became a mandatory, it would be for Alexander Usyk because he's the WBO champion. Now, mandatories and regular champions and interims. I tried to look that up, but I just don't understand. Maybe Tampa Tommy can help me when he gets up here. Because the definition of interim was, I Googled it, and it said, if the super champion can't fight for any reason, such as an injury or any other reason, then they will name an interim champion. I don't understand that at all. So what happens when the regular champion, the super champion, can come back and able to fight again? Okay. Do you take that title off interim and there's no longer an interim champion? No, because once they name the interim champion, he has to pay sanctioning fees when he defends that championship. So, you know, it's all about the dollar. All about the dollar. Okay. Now going to the next division down would be cruiserweight, which has a weight limit of 200 pounds. Okay. I'm trying to make sure I put this link in right. I got big fingers. I might have thought I was hitting the U and hitting the B or something. Okay, yeah, that's correct. Cruiserweight. WBO champion is Chris Billiam Smith. IBF is Jai Apataya. I hope I didn't butcher his name too bad. WBA, Arsen Gulamirian. And the WBC is Noel Gabor Mikhailian. Wow, that division got some tough names, man. Ooh. Now see, they don't have any interim or regular champions at cruiserweight. See, this is just, man, boxing is just those sanctioning bodies. And then I found out, I was reading up on this stuff last night. Now, the state boxing commissions, they actually make the rules for the fight, such as 3 knockdown rule or saved by the bell. That's not the sanctioning bodies. That change varies from state to state. See, that's the thing. That's why boxing needs one commission or something over the sanctioning bodies, the state commissions, you know, promotional companies, because it's just too much going on. Okay. You got the sanctioning bodies are supposed to be governing the sport, you know, as far as what happens in their bodies. Then you got the state boxing commissions. The rules vary from state to state. That's why it's so easy for boxing to be corrupt, because there's just so much going on. And that's the way they want it. Okay. Now, next down from cruiserweight is light heavyweight. weight limit 175 pounds. The WBO champion is Artur Beterbiev. Okay. The IBF is also Artur Beterbiev. WBA, Dmitry Bivol, and the WBC is Artur Beterbiev. Now, see, the sanctioning, now see, that would be very easy to have an undisputed and one champion in that division. Okay. But see, the sanctioning bodies don't want just one champion. Okay, I'm gonna try it again, Tommy. Sorry about that. Okay. Let me see. Give me a second. I probably did something wrong. Oh, yeah, I see exactly what I did. I'm sorry, Tommy. I see exactly what I did, man. Damn, that messed up a little bit of your time, too, that you would have had here. Yeah, I see exactly what I did, though. Yeah. My bad. Bear with me for 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. CY2. Okay, there we go. Okay, Tom. Yeah, I had put too many letters in the last one. I guarantee you this one will work. Sorry about that. I got Tampa Tommy trying to come in and help me out on this because as far as those sanctioning bodies and that type of stuff, I mean the mandatories, interim, regular, I don't understand that at all. I tried to figure it out, but it's very confusing. And see, boxing, they want it like that because the more confusion, the easier it is to be corrupt. Yeah, there we go. Now I was at light and heavyweight. There we go. There we go. Coach Tommy. There we go, Coach Tommy. Tampa Tommy.
Boom, what's good, Cass?
What's happening? Yeah, I put too many letters in the last time. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. I'm trying to figure out how to get the camera off.
Oh, okay, well, that's cool. Yeah, I just leave mine off. It's a podcast, so. Uh-oh, it went out. Oh, look, what's going on? Let me bring you back up. There we go. You're back. You got it?
Okay, I got it, champ. Here I go. How you doing, man?
All right, how you doing today, Tommy? Everything's good.
Man, just came on here, man. We back on Cass Sports, a.k.a. the officer and the convict.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
It's all good. Everything's good, man. Just another day. You know how it is.
All right, I'm with you now. I'm listening. I'm listening to you run down this list of champions now.
Now, I had one question for you, though.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to pull up to distinguish the difference between a interim champion. Now, I know what the super champion is, but some divisions got interim champion and regular champion. I just can't figure that out. Do you know the difference?
What? I really don't, man. I really truly don't understand why they got that. I don't know what an interim champion is supposed to be. Is that supposed to be like if the champion is injured, someone else who
Yeah,
could represent the belt or something like that? I don't know.
I understood that, but then
I
I
really don't know.
understood. I went over for like hours last night. In the interim, I kind of understood it. It says if the regular can't fight because of injury or might get suspended, PED use, then you got an interim, and he represents your belt for that sanctioning body. But then
Okay,
why?
that
What is
makes
the
sense.
regular? What is the regular champion? That's the part. What you know? What does he do?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It sounds like to me, man, just a bunch of words to justify them squeezing some more money out of another
Money.
fighter.
That's what it is. That's the only thing I can figure, Tommy.
That's
That's the
yeah, that's
only
what I believe, man.
yeah. Because regular champions serve no purpose whatsoever in the sport of boxing. I can understand interim if your super champion is injured or suspended or something, you know,
And then
and the
they
interim
got
champion. Go ahead, Tommy.
they they got all this crap. They got intercontinental champions. One of them
Yeah,
got like a diamond champion, a franchise champion. Man, it to me it just clouds up
yeah.
the landscape in every weight division.
And are they collecting sanctioning fees from intercontinental champions and all those people? Can't be.
I'm I'm pretty sure they are. If you got
Wow.
some kind of belt, I think you paying some kind of fee
Paying
every
for
time
it.
you represent that belt in the fight.
That's what it's all about, their money.
Because
Because I was
them
watching.
sanctioning bodies, the sanctioning bodies feel like they belt gives you clout.
Yeah,
It
you
gives
got to
you
pay for it.
recognition. It gives you credibility.
Right. Because I was watching a
Therefore, they're
fight.
gonna make you pay for it.
I was watching a fight this weekend. It was for the British Championship. So I guess that's just another belt that somebody got to pay some money for.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Now, see, I was at the light heavyweight, and Arthur Better B was 3 belt unified. Now see, they had it would be very easy to get an undisputed in that division because you only got 2 people. All you got to
Exactly.
do is have Arthur Better B fight Dimitri Bivol. But
Yeah,
see,
I wish that would happen. I so wish that would happen, man. That'd be a great matchup.
but see, they can collect. What's up, Jay Hardcore? Salute. But see, they can collect money from 2 different people. That's more money for them, right? As long as they don't keep them from being undisputed.
No, if you
Not
undisputed,
really.
you're gonna pay for every one of them belts. You're gonna pay a sanction fee with every different organization.
Yeah, so it wouldn't really make any difference.
No,
So
they're
I
gonna
don't
get theirs regardless,
You're gonna
man.
get this. Because whether one person got all 4 or 2 people got all 4, you still get that same, what is it, 3%, right? Still getting the money.
I'm not sure. Yeah, something like that.
So I don't really understand the reason why Mauricio wouldn't sanction the Bivol and Better B. I thought it had something to do with money, but I just don't understand it. I don't
I think
understand.
I think it got everything to do with the Russia-Ukraine war, and they don't want to let a Russian shine because the
Yeah,
United States is
mhm,
aligned with Ukraine.
like
That's
you
my
were saying
personal belief.
yesterday. Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
good point. That was a very good point.
it might be
Yeah,
dead wrong, but it's just what I believe, though. I have no
yeah,
idea knowing if it's true or not.
that could be it.
It
Now,
makes sense to me.
yeah, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Spam, I hate spam. Okay, now down to super middleweight was the next division. Canelo Alvarez has all 4 belts in that division. And,
Hmm.
and see, this is confusing. This is a perfect example of the confusion. You have a regular champion for the WBA, David Morrell. Then you have an interim champion for the WBC, David Benavidez. Now, what in the world does that mean, though? I
So
just
what?
don't
Why?
understand.
Yeah, I don't understand why Benavidez is an interim champion. What was preventing? Was something preventing Canelo from defending his WBC, and they had to break
Exactly.
out that interim belt? I don't know.
And see, Tommy,
But
when I was
mhm.
go ahead, Tommy.
Now I was going to say all rules are subject to change when it comes to Canelo.
All of them. because the way I read the description last night was somebody is awarded the interim when the super champion is injured or not able to fight. So I don't remember when has Canelo been injured or unable to fight.
Yeah, it beats me,
Why
man.
was David Benavidez awarded the interim belt in the first place? I just don't get it. And what in the world is David Morrell, the regular champion? What does that mean?
I don't know, man.
Me neither.
It's confusing.
I was trying to look it up for like 3 or 4 hours last night, and every time I Googled regular, it gave me nothing. Nothing. I don't even know what a regular champion is. And then
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Why do some divisions, one sanctioning body got a regular champion, one got an interim, then some divisions you don't have an interim or regular champion? I just don't get it. It's just confusion to be corrupt. Can you help us out there, Jay Hardcore? What you get ready to say, Tommy?
Now I was going to say, you know, it hurts the sport because when you got so many multiple champions, it loses credibility. Oh yeah, you a so-called champion because you got a bullshit belt, and you start losing credibility, and it's hard to get behind a fighter to really create a strong fan base, to create a superstar. I think they're making it harder by doing that.
Yeah, exactly. And then you say, who's the real champion? You know, they say, well, it's the super champion. Why is it the super champion? Why it's not the regular champion? What makes the super champion any better than the regular champion? That's exactly what you were saying. Confusion. I think it's just confusion. It's easier to be corrupt the more confusion.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Ain't that
then at middleweight, we got Janabek. He has 2 belts. He has the WBO and the IBF. Erislandy Lara has the WBA. When the last time Erislandy Lara has defended his belt?
Well, I know he's about to. He about to fight Danny Garcia sometime. I think that's next month.
Yeah. But I mean, when the last time he defended it? Why hadn't he been stripped?
Oh,
he hadn't had a belt 6 months, but he got stripped.
No, he just fought somebody. I forgot. Not just, but his last fight. I'm trying to remember who it was.
Was it within the year? Last year?
I'm pretty sure it was in the last 12 months, the last 9-10 months.
Yeah, I missed that.
Let me YouTube that.
Okay, now I'm gonna come up with a good one for you. We know Jamal Charlo had to fought in 2 years.
That's crazy. How did he keep that belt?
And they have an interim, Carlos Adames.
Now, okay, well that explains
and gave
it.
his belt to Boots. Couldn't Jamal have been stripped and the belt given to Adonis?
Something like that. It's so confusing to me, man. I'm on this panel. I'm like a bull with tits, man. I'm useless on here because this one I know nothing about these belts.
Yeah, that's why I thought it would be a good subject, because I thought maybe somebody would come in and could explain this, because this got me. I'm a casual when it comes to this kind of stuff. What's up, Tim?
Yeah, you both.
ABT. There's Tim. Everything's good. How are you today, Tim? And
that's my man, Tim Big Train Late.
Now, see, it would be more understandable if they did everything fair and evenly across the board, just like they stripped Bud and gave it to Boots, right? Because he was at the interim. Now, if they would have stripped Jamal a long time ago and gave it to Adamas, it would be more easier to understand, right?
Yeah.
But you got one person that hadn't even been champion for 6 months. He gets stripped. Then you got Jamal. I don't have nothing against Jamal. I'm just looking at the situation. Been champion for over 2 years and have an interim, but he still got the belt. And when Jamal came back to fight, instead of fighting Jose Benavidez, shouldn't he been fighting Adonis, the interim champion? Would that make more sense? You would
think that would make a hell of a lot more sense to me.
It's crazy, man. It is crazy.
All right, so I got here what I'm seeing is Lara's last fight Whoa, was May 28th of 2022. So that's about 18 months ago.
Yeah, that's over a
Versus
year.
O'Sullivan.
Yep. And see, and the thing is, the WBA don't even have an interim champion. And so this man hasn't fought in over a year. At what point do you have an interim champion? See, I just don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason. There's no
Nothing.
consistency.
It's easier to be corrupt.
Yeah,
Now,
man.
going down to junior middleweight, we got Tim Zoo. That's another crazy situation. Remember, Jamel just got stripped. His belt
Yeah,
was given
man.
to Tim Zoo. Okay. Of course, Jamel was undisputed. Now, see,
So why exactly did they strip him? Was Tim Zoo waiting that allotted time, that year or something like that? Like what was the rationale behind that one?
I don't know. See, that's what I don't know. And see, then here's another question, Tommy. Now, Mel was undisputed at junior middleweight, right?
Mm-hmm.
They took the WBO belt and gave it to the WBO interim, Tim Zoo. But the WBC has the interim too, Brian Mendoza. Now, how come the WBC didn't take the WBC belt from Mel and give it to Brian Mendoza?
I'm gonna guess it's because Tim Zoo was supposed to be matched up with Charlo, and he'd been in them in the WBO rankings for a long time now. Okay. I'm gonna guess that. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm trying to say they got a reason. I hope, but I don't got no confidence in that.
Yeah, because they don't let you know exactly.
No, they don't.
Going on. See, that's what when I was looking at it. That's when I looked at. I was saying, well, hold up. Jamel was undisputed, but the WBO made the move and stripped him when he went up to fight Canelo and gave it to the WBO interim Tim Zoo. I said the WBC got an interim champion too. How come they didn't make the same move? You know?
Yeah.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it's left for time or something. You know, that could be it.
Yeah, cause not for nothing, Tim Zoo, he been in that division his whole career, so
yeah.
I'm thinking that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know how long Mendoza's been there, you know, because but you know what? I think Fundora was the interim. Remember when Mendoza beat Fundora?
Yes.
I think the interim belt was on the line in that fight. Matter of fact, you know.
Yeah, he cleaned his clock.
I think. So now let me ask you this, Tommy. Mm-hmm. So Fundora, I think he was the interim champion when Mendoza beat him, right?
I believe so, yes.
So the length of time he was the interim champion, once Mendoza beat him, does it start over? Or Mendoza picks up where, you know, say Fundora was interim champion for a year. Does Mendoza get credited with that time? Probably not.
I don't think he get credited with the time Fundora had it. But I believe that whoever's been waiting for their shot at their belt, if there's a time limit on that's still running for them, because that's why they said Boots got awarded the belt from Bud, even though Bud didn't hold that title for a year. Yeah. Boots was the mandatory to challenge for that title for a year. So you know he basically like he did his time and he got his reward. You know.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, but it's very confusing.
Super confusing.
Okay, then going down to and almost every division, it's these questions about it. Almost every division. Let's see, you go down to that was junior welterweight. Go down to welterweight. Well, we see what just happened there. Crawford was undisputed. Boots was the interim, and
right.
You got. Now, see, Barrios is the interim for the WBC.
Huh.
Now, so you can ask the same question: how come the WBC didn't make that move and give Bud's WBC belt to Barrios?
Well, how long has he been that mandatory?
I know he hasn't been nowhere near as long as Boots. So maybe that's it, Tommy. Time.
I think so.
Maybe it's got a lot to do with it. The time.
Time and selectively applying the rules when it suits their needs.
When it suits their needs, yeah. Exactly.
When it's convenient for them.
And also at welterweight, Stanionis is the WBA regular. And we never figured out what regular means, so.
And who did he beat for that?
I don't know. Because he's been there because he done took like step aside money like 2 times, remember? From Spence.
Yeah, who did he step aside against? Spence?
Well, when Spence fought Ugas the first time, he was supposed to fight Stanionis, remember? Yeah. And he got step aside money for that. And then when Spence fought Crawford, I think he got step aside money again.
Oh, he's just eating.
Yeah, without fighting.
I'll take that. Yeah, listen, man. If you could get some money without getting punched in your face, why not?
Yeah, then he was supposed to fight Virgil, but the injuries,
Right, yeah.
That fight. Virgil was, he had some kind of interim belt or something, didn't he, before he went to 54?
Yeah, he had something.
Yeah, WBC, I believe.
Yeah, one of them. One of them bodied. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the WBC.
And so now Barrios has interim.
Man, it's confusing.
Yeah. And Earl was injured. So I guess all that happened then.
On the side note, man, I wonder the way Stanionis, he got screwed. Well, he didn't get screwed, but Virgil Ortiz, he got sick twice. I wonder if all that time off has stagnated his development. I think it definitely stagnated his career.
Definitely.
Because he's a good fighter.
Yes, he is. Yes,
I ain't saying he's a world beater, but he's a good fighter.
I like him. He's solid, man. He come forward, pressure. I just like his demeanor. He like Ant was saying, he can show some defense at the time when he wants to,
Right. He just can't do both at the same time.
No, he can't. But now he's going to 154, and he's got a fight coming up. So I'm interested to see what happens in his camp. He got,
Oh, you mean Virgil? I thought you were talking about I was talking about Stanionis.
Oh, you talking about Stanionis? Oh, okay.
Because remember, Virgil got sick had pulled out of the fight twice on him, so Stanionis was just on the shelf.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand he was in 2 training camps, but I think that really stagnated the kid's career, and he ain't do nothing wrong. All he does is come to fight.
Right.
And he's a good fighter.
I understand Stanionis when he said they said they offered him the Boots fight, but he said he needed a tune-up. I understand that perfectly because he's been out of the ring for over a year. Boots is not the person to go fight off of a layoff like that. No. So I understand.
Totally agree.
Yeah. And I see when you go down to the next division, junior welterweight, 140. They don't have any type of interims, regulars at all. They just got Teofimo, WBO, Subriel Matias, IBF, Rowley, WBA, Regis, WBC, straight across the board. And because all of those guys been fighting. None of them been out for injury or anything like that, So it's just confusing. Yeah. And at junior, at lightweight, Devin Haney still has 3 of the belts.
Still got all the belts, right?
No, Shakur just won the WBC, remember?
That's the regular W. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Haney has the WBO, IBF, and WBA.
If I could backtrack for a second. If I could backtrack for a second, I was thinking about this. Teofimo Lopez, he's not an easy dude to like as far as his personality. Yeah. But quiet as cat. Remember, he came up with Tank and Ryan and Devin and Shakur.
He sure did.
He got a better resume than all of them.
Yes, he does. I agree with that. He sure does.
Just on the strength of beating Josh Taylor and Lomachenko. That
Just them
alone,
two.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And he beat Richard Comey. Richard Comey, remember?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good name around the time he beat him. You know?
Nakatani. He beat Nakatani, who was always a tough out.
Yeah, Terry Freeborn has a good resume. Looking at comparing it to all of them other guys. Now I didn't know. You know what? Tank is a regular champion at 135. Now let me ask you this, Tommy.
Yeah.
Secure just won the WBC, right, at lightweight. But it says WBC champion in recess, Devin Haney. What in the world? What does that mean? Champion in recess. Do you know what that is?
I recess like in a timeout or something? You know
That's what it says. WBC champion in recess, Devin Haney.
I think having those designations, I believe having some of them designations like that usually give you like first dibs if you want to go at the real belts.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's another reason why I think these fighters are awarded that, because it helps them get closer to a shot at the real belts, or supposed to in theory.
So Devin Haney could come back down. He would have the first shot at securing the WBC he just won, I guess. See,
I would think so. I would think so.
Yeah, I never looked that up. Champion in recess.
And I don't see why not, because he definitely he earned that privilege. I would think.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I just don't see him ever going back down. If he go back down, I think he's crazy. I don't think he'll never go back down.
Yeah, I would hate that. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him in that state, because I think he's just going to come in weight train one day and just look horrible. I don't want to see that for him. What's up, Al Booker? How you doing today? I didn't even want him to fight Loma after seeing how he looked in that second Kambosos fight. But he looked a lot better at the weigh-in against Loma. But I said that's it. Don't chance it anymore. That's the same situation as Earl coming back down to 147.
I mean, I'm not necessarily going with the weight cut thing, but it is sounding like it's been said multiple times that he had a serious rib injury and he didn't spar for like his last 4 or 5 weeks of training camp.
So Devin?
I think that's what. No, not Devin. Spence.
Oh, Earl. Okay. Now,
I think that was a big problem.
Okay. Tim Layton says, I guess he's talking about champion in recess. He's what you just said, Tom. He says he's supposed to get first on the belt. So I guess that's what you were saying, right? The champion in recess.
Yeah.
Okay. That's crazy. I just don't understand it, man. Now let me ask you this: if you know this, does the champion in recess have to pay sanctioning fees? I don't think.
That's a good question. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to make him pay something.
Any kind of, you can be the champion on the moon. If you got champion, you got to pay. You got to give us some sanctioning fees, buddy.
That's right.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Because again, they feel like you're getting clout from representing one of their belts.
That's right. So you got to pay for it. So junior lightweight, we got Now I like this division. They got Navarrete at the WBO. They got Cordina, IBF. Then they got Hector Garcia, WBA, and Oshaki, WBC. I would love to see like a tournament between them four.
That'll be. Wait, the same Hector Garcia who Tank landed him.
Yeah, because he came up to 135 to fight Tank, remember, but he kept his belt at 130. Remember?
Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that. Okay.
Because he came up one.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So he's still one.
Good little fighter.
Yeah. Remo said we never seen Devin doing a Loma weigh-in. They did it private. You're right. Was able to hydrate and did. Yes. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Just a good point. Because
that's why he looked
like
good.
A skeleton in that one too. That is a very good point. We never got to see him. Yeah. Because he did the private weigh-in. Yeah. That is a very good point. Very good point, Remo. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Did you see the old school show last night, Tommy? Yeah, you was because you asked the
I
question.
caught some of it. I caught a little. I caught a little bit of it, and then I just wanted to spend some time with my fiance.
Because you sent up a question, remember?
Yeah. I sent up a question about Holyfield.
It was funny because the guy pound for pound came up, and Jay was like, "How old are you? Because you look mighty good for being over 50." He said he was
Yeah, I was
27.
waiting for that. I was waiting for that. I knew he made a mistake.
That was funny, man. Jay said, "You look awful good for over 50." He said, "No, I'm
No,
27."
Jay got jokes.
The guy was 27, man.
Nah, but he could join in 23 years. You know?
Yeah, he didn't know.
Nah, he ain't know.
That was kind of funny, though. Yeah. But yeah, that one, if I was given a choice to see what weight class I would like to see a tournament, I would pick junior lightweight. Navarrete, Cordina. Say like Navarrete and Cordina fight, Hector and Oshaki, then the two winners fight each other.
I ain't gonna lie. That would be nice. That would be nice. But if I was gonna see it,
who do you think would come down to? I'd say Oshaki and Navarrete would be in the final.
that sound about right to me.
Yeah.
Navarrete is an awkward dude, man. He didn't have a good performance, man. But aside from his last performance, man, he really dudes don't have no answer for him.
But Tom, you got to give Conceição a bunch of credit, man.
Yeah,
he fought a good fight.
I do.
He was a good fight, man.
And he looked well conditioned. I know muscle don't fight, but he all that definition. He was trim. Like, yeah, hell yeah, he fought a good fight.
I think that was the key, his conditioning, because he kept getting up, man, and he made it the distance because it went the way I thought it would have went, but I didn't think he would have kept getting up like that. I thought Navarrete was going to stop him one of them times. So when he dropped in that second time, I was like, well, that's it. And he got up. Man. Did you see him after the 11th round? And he was like staggering back to the corner, but he came out there, and I thought he won the 12th round. ACL.
I only seen the highlights. I seen the highlights of it. I didn't see the actual match.
Oh man, you got to watch that whole fight the way it played out, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to catch that one.
Yeah. Bruce Gas says, salute, brother. Listening on the road. Yeah, that was nice. A lot of fun last night. I did more listening because I was listening to Bruce Gas and Brother Umar, man. That was a lot of knowledge there.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
yeah, that was a whole lot of knowledge in that panel.
But you know what was funny, man? Me and Brother Umar both, when the question about what was your first live fight, me and Brother Umar was at the same fight, man.
I heard that. It was a little while after that I had to get off.
At the Baltimore Arena, Sugar Ray Leonard. Because when he said that, because he went first, and I was thinking, Sugar Ray Leonard, Baltimore Arena. And I'm thinking he only fought there once, so that I had to been the same time I was there, right? That was crazy. That was crazy. Good and crazy. Yep, because I was there. Yep, 1970. I was a senior in high school. And that was Sugar Ray Leonard's first professional fight. Yep.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yes, it was. Yep.
Wow, man.
Olympics. That was his first fight after he won that gold medal. 0-0. He was
that was my
guy.
To this day, man, I say as far as 100, Sugar Ray at 147 pounds is the most complete, the most well-rounded, complete fighter I ever seen.
Yeah. And he was a dog, man.
And there was nothing he couldn't do.
His most impressive fight to me was that first Tommy Hearns fight. When he was behind and he had to get that knockout in the 14th round and he got it. And he stopped Hearns.
I was very impressed with that, and I was more impressed with his first fight against the one he lost against Roberto Duran.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah, he battled it out with Duran. He fought Duran's fight. Yeah.
I read Sugar Ray's book, and in his book he said people want to know if come on, bro, chill out. Right. He said people were telling him that they were saying, "Yo, did you allow Duran to bait you into fighting his fight?
Right.
And why did he do that?"
Hmm.
He said what was he saying, like to prove to the world that he wasn't scared of Duran? Is that why he did that? He said,
Yeah.
"No, the reason I did that, I wanted to prove to myself that I
Oh.
wasn't scared of Duran."
Oh. Okay.
So
Hmm.
he basically saying he had a little bit of fear of Duran, and he had to fight like that to overcome the fear, to prove it to himself that he was a
Yeah.
warrior.
That's what that
That's
sounds
it.
like. Yeah. Hmm.
That say a whole lot about that man's makeup, about his character.
Yeah. Yeah. I never heard that before. Yeah. I never
He
read that
he
book.
said that. He said that. Yeah, I read
Sugar
his
Ray
book.
said it, right? Yeah, in the book.
Yeah, Sugar
Yeah,
Ray.
I know, but I said I never heard that before. Yeah. Wow. Yeah,
And
that
I,
says
I
a lot
also
right
read in
there.
that book. I also read in that book. He said that I think a couple of weeks before his bout with Hagler, he got
Hmm.
knocked out cold in sparring.
Hmm.
That he was out cold. And he said
Wow.
on the car ride back,
Hmm.
everybody in the car was just silent. Like everybody lost belief in him.
After the spawn.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got Hagler coming out. Did he say who the guy was that knocked him out cold?
No,
During the
I
spawn?
don't. I
He
don't
didn't.
believe so. I don't
Okay.
believe he said who it was.
Okay.
I read it a
Wow.
long time ago.
Yeah.
That's when I was in the joint. I used to go to the library, and any
Yeah.
book I found on boxing, I used to read.
I'm gonna have to read that. Yeah. Remos. Oh, I got a story for you. But Remos says I think that 140 division would be sexy. Devin, Ryan, and Russell. Teal. Yeah.
Yeah,
Richardson, Hitchens, Subriel, Rowley, Regis. Yeah. Michael Rivera,
yeah,
Chandler Love. Shit. Give
and
Tank a shot. Yeah.
and
But you know what?
135 as well.
Yeah. 130. Right. Exactly. But you know, we was talking about yesterday. You was talking about all those guys that was in the system in New York.
Hmm.
There was all those good fighters, right?
Yeah,
Now, I met some guys in Maryland, man. It was a family. The father and all three sons were in the system, right?
damn.
And they was bad, man. All of them. And the youngest was the best. He's still in there. He'll never come home. And I became real close to them. I actually used to socialize with them on the outside, and I met him in there, right? And
Yeah,
the
wow.
youngest was bad, man. He was definitely professional material, right? And guess what? The
What's
next
that?
one of their sons is a professional boxer. Yeah,
Wow.
one of the father of them passed away, but I haven't seen him in a while. But I used to socialize with them out here once they all got out. But the youngest is still in the system. He ain't
That's
never
a hell of
come.
a pedigree, man.
Yeah, but one of their sons is a professional boxer. I don't want to say the name. But
Right, right.
yeah, one of their sons is actually a professional boxer, man.
Is he
Maybe
doing
I give
well?
you his name offline sometime. Yeah,
Oh wow,
and they was
that's something,
bad,
man.
man. All of them was bad. The father and
Man,
three sons, man.
that
I
one
ran
son,
into them.
that
Hmm?
that that one son who made it, man, he must be carrying all that on his shoulders. Like he got a rep for his brothers, for his daddy, for
Yeah,
everybody.
it's a grandson, the one that's a professional.
Oh, the grand, yeah.
It's one of the sons that I met in the system. One of their children is a
Okay,
professional. The father passed, but I haven't seen the family in a long. I kind of drifted away from them. But I used to see them all the time, man, because I became real good friends with them. I met them in there, and then when they all came home, we used to go see them and stuff. And the son that became a professional, I remember he was a little baby, and he grew up because that was a boxing family, man. And yeah, he
yeah.
made it. One of them made it, man. I give you his name sometime offline. Yeah,
Okay.
professional, man. Yeah, and the
Can you give me his
youngest
weight
son,
division?
huh? He's a
Can you
heavyweight.
tell? Ooh,
Heavyweight. Yeah, yeah. Um, but the best of all is the youngest brother, man. He would never come home, but he was professional material, man. Fast, power, accurate footwork, all the punches, southpaw, man. Boy, it was
wow.
bad. Yes. Yep. And the father, he was nice too. Yep. I met all of them. Like different facilities and stuff. At the whole family. Came real close to
Wow.
him. I used to socialize with him on the outside, man. Yep. I
Your
didn't. I
skills
thought
go a
about
long
that
way
after we
inside.
got off last night. I said I should have told Tommy that. That completely slipped my mind.
Yeah,
And he was
that's a
telling
hell
me
of a
about the
story, man.
yeah. Yeah. Where were we? Lightweight.
You did the 130 division.
Oh,
So
130.
I think you're at 126 now.
Yeah, featherweight. Robeisy, yeah. Robeisy is the WBO. Luis Alberto Lopez is IBF. He hadn't fought in a long time. I haven't heard. Had you heard anything about Luis Alberto Lopez lately?
I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah, he's the IBF for featherweight.
Robeisy I'm familiar with because he keeps
Yeah.
getting better and better every fight.
Mm-hmm. The WBA is vacant, and Ray Vargas has the WBC, and he's supposed to fight. The interim is Brandon Figueroa, and Ray Vargas is supposed to fight him next. They haven't scheduled it yet. And you
Ray
remember
Vargas,
the
he's
fight?
still fighting.
Who, Vargas?
Yeah, he's been fighting for a little while now.
Yeah, a good while. Remember the fight Saturday between Isaac Dogby and the guy from England? I forgot his name already.
I heard about it.
That was actually a title eliminator. That guy will fight the winner of Ray Vargas and Figueroa. Yeah. So then junior featherweight, of course, in a way. How you pronounce that guy's name? Marlon Tapalas? Is that it? He has the IBF and WBA, and they going for undisputed in December. I just don't understand how some divisions they make these undisputed fights so easy, and then other ones they refuse to do it. I just don't understand it.
What happened to Mark Magsayo? Don't he got a belt? Oh yeah, you just said that.
No.
Right? He still got a belt, right?
No, Vargas took it. Remember?
Oh
After
no,
he
I
took it
didn't
from
know
Gary.
that. Oh
He took
yeah,
it from Gary,
yeah. You're right.
Antoine.
You're right.
And then Vargas took it from him. And his next, he never even had one successful title defense. He should have
That's
never had
right.
it because he didn't beat Gary.
And Vargas beat him handily.
Yes, the very first title defense. He lost.
I thought he beat Gary. Gary, one of my favorite fighters. I thought he beat him, but it was
think
because
so?
he was
Okay.
injured. He just barely, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the man was injured. He was clearly injured the whole fight.
He's had no business in there, man. Gary had no business even fighting that night. Yeah, Remo, that's a fact. Remo says boxing has too many damn belts. That is a fact.
It
That's
does.
the whole purpose of this show I'm doing here. You know, that's the whole purpose of this, man, to highlight that. All these different belts. 17 divisions. What have you got? Like over 100 champions, ain't it? I guess. All these names. Are we at 100 people yet, Tommy?
It feels like it.
It's
It
crazy.
sure feels like it, man.
It's crazy. It's just too many. Too many. Now, I remember when the WBA and the WBC first split. It was Muhammad Ali and Leon Spinks. They were united, and then Leon Spinks beat Ali. You heard about that, right? I wish
Yes.
Bruce Gass was still in here. Spinks beat, because Bruce can tell me if I'm right or not. I believe this is how it happened. Spinks beat Ali, I think it was 1978. So then he had the WBA and WBC belts. And one body, Spinks agreed to the rematch. One body sanctioned it, one of them didn't, and they split.
I never knew that.
Yeah, that's when two champions. That's when all this nonsense, man.
I never knew that. That's before my time a little. I was about 3 years old back then.
1978. I had just went into the military because the first fight, I was still in high school. And by the time they got the rematch, I was in the military because I had graduated, right? It was the same year. Yep.
Okay.
I was in basic training. No, I was in school, like a little technical school for the second fight. Yeah, I finished basic training. Okay. So the next will be bantamweight. Jason Malone.
122. I think you missed the 122
Oh, did I?
super bantam.
Okay, right. Is that in a way? Nail,
Mhm.
in a way, right? Well, he just
Yeah, he got them all, I think.
No, Marlon Tapales has 2 of them, but they're going to be going for undisputed in December. That's the last card of the year, December 26th.
Oh, he had them all at 118 then.
118, yeah.
Okay.
And you know his brother actually got one of those belts he dropped at 118. Inoue's little brother.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I never seen his little brother fight. I don't know if you're on the same level.
He had a fight scheduled for last week, but he got hurt. He injured his ribs and it got postponed. Yeah. Yeah, our booker says there are definitely over 100 belts. Yeah, that's what I thought. Tim says every time you see a fighter, someone has a step, even in right everywhere. Yeah, Tim. That's one thing I should have mentioned last night about back in the day. It seems like every fight now is about some kind of belt involved, don't it, Tommy?
Sure do, man.
Yeah.
Just to justify making a 12 round match.
And they get the money. Somebody paying. You made a good analogy yesterday when you did the weed reference about the person just selling the weed over and over.
Yeah, man.
That was perfect way to look at it. That'd make it very clear to anybody that's looking at it. So yeah, and junior bantamweight. Yeah. Junto Nakatani has a WBO. Fernando Martinez has the IBF. Yeah. Kazuto Ioka, WBA.
Ioka's the only one I heard of. I don't know none of them dudes at the middleweights, even though a lot of the fights be good.
Oh, I skipped one, Tommy.
What's
Bantamweight. Bantamweight.
Okay.
Jason Maloney, one of the Maloney brothers, has a WBO. Remember those 2 Australian brothers? The Maloneys?
Yeah. Who was the one who fought Inoue, man? And he just showed up, man.
I think it was Jason. He got one of the belts Inoue dropped now, yeah. Yeah. And the IBF is vacant. And okay, WBA, Takuma Inoue. Yeah, his brother's name is Takuma Inoue. Yeah. Yeah, I never seen him fight. He was supposed to fight last week, but he injured his ribs in camp. Supposed to fight Jerwin Alcahas. You ever heard of him? Jerwin Alcahas?
No, man. I haven't been watching small divisions in a long time, man.
Yeah, I've heard of a lot of them, but I've never seen a lot of them fight.
I ain't pay attention to them divisions since they had people like Vic Darkinian and dudes like that.
Check out Al Booker. He's talking about they did the Black Lives Matter belt. Damn. The Black Lives Matter belt. Jesus Christ. That's crazy. Okay, Tim Layton says, I've seen a heavyweights with belts, but Fury and Usyk got the ones that count. That's right. That's right, Tim. That's what we're trying to figure out. What the hell is an interim and a regular belt? What is it? It's just a way for the sanctioning body to get money. That's all it is. What made me do this, I was looking at an interview Breadman did like last week, and he was talking about it. How they need to just get rid of all the interims and regulars, but they never will because they're going to be losing money. They got a good thing going there. But yeah, Ron, wait a minute, what was it? Okay, Alejandro Santiago. Remember, he just beat what's the guy name? His wife is Donito Donaire. Remember?
Yeah,
you saw that one, Tom.
No, I didn't, man. Yeah. I haven't been watching as much boxing lately in the past.
That was on the card.
Several months.
Frank Martin's last fight, where that German guy gave him a run for his money.
Yeah, I forgot why I didn't see that fight, but I didn't see that one. Like anything on the zone, I don't watch. It's just a bunch of them I haven't been able to see because in the last few months, I was trying to move and save money and all that, so I wasn't watching too much.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's why you moved to Florida, right?
Yeah.
All that time you was talking to Jay in the chat, I thought you was just going on vacation down there. You was moving down there for good. Okay.
Oh, nah. I had to upgrade, man. I had to upgrade my life a little bit.
Did you have some family members down there or something, or you just moved on down there?
Well, I actually got 2 family members down here. I didn't know that. I found out later that I got 2 family. They real old.
Right.
And I didn't know that. But I just picked the city. You know, me and my fiance, we just
Right.
looking at different
Okay.
cities. Tampa looked good. She
Cool.
won, and we was like, yo, we got to bounce for 3 weeks, and we just made it happen.
Okay. Yeah. I've been to Pensacola. That's the only place I was stationed in Pensacola one time. And that's like cool. I remember I was stationed in Pensacola and I came home. It was wintertime. I came home to Baltimore on leave. I went back to Pensacola, Florida. It was colder down there than it was in Baltimore.
Wow.
Yeah. That's not too
No,
far
I'm
from
good.
Alabama.
It's 82 degrees right now where I'm at.
It's like 40 up here in Maryland.
82. Oh, see? No, I can't do that no more.
Wow. Sunshine. I guess it's like probably like 40 up in New York where you left, like it is here.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I knew the WBC was on some BS when they wanted to collect money in the transgender space. Because the WBA is crazy. That's run by Mauricio. It's keeping busy money of them fake belts. Yep, that's what I call them. Okay, junior bantamweight. Junto Nakatani has the WBO. Fernando Martinez has the IBF. Kazuto Ioka, WBA. Juan Francisco Estrada, WBC. You familiar with Juan Francisco Estrada?
Yes, sir. Yes,
now, he hadn't fought since he beat Chocolatito back in December, hasn't he?
And they robbed Chocolatito. I don't know if he fought since then, but I remember seeing that fight, and I thought it was a robbery.
Yeah, both of the last two fights, I thought Chocolatito beat him, man, because they fought three times. Remember? But
he was a hell of a good little fighter, though, man.
Yeah, I think they robbed Chocolatito twice. To tell you the truth. About it.
On that last one, I think it was definitely a robbery. On the first one, I kind of favored Chocolatito.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the second one, what was the second one? A draw? Or they gave it to Francisco?
They gave it to Francisco.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. I think Chocolatito is retired now, though. I believe.
I hope so, man, because I like him. I don't want to see him getting beat on, man.
Estrada, I don't even think he's 30. I know he ain't retired, but he just ain't fighting.
He ain't 30. Yo, he been fighting. He had so many fights. I seen so many fights with that dude, man. I thought he was about 38.
Them guys start real young.
Yeah.
Where's Estrada from?
I think he's Mexican. I think he's Mexican. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they start fighting real young down there. They
like 15, 16.
Yeah, fighting in pubs and with like 20 people in the audience, in attendance. You know?
Yeah.
Yup. Okay.
That's that desperation, man.
Now we getting down to them weights where no grown man should be weighing. No grown man should be weighing no 112 pounds. That's flyweight. Junior bantamweight has a franchise. It's been a while since we had a franchise. Juan Francisco, wait a minute now. Wait a minute, I must have did something wrong. Oh, okay. Juan Francisco Estrada, the WBC is the only one on that franchise nonsense. He's also the franchise champion. That's Mauricio's BS. That's just like a protection belt, right? What is the franchise belt, Tommy? Do you know? Can you explain that?
I don't know. I think that's some shit they created for Vasil Lomachenko.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like they first they were saying you can't never lose the franchise belt, but then when Theo beat him, they said you can't lose it. I don't know, man. That's the weird. That was the weirdest one yet. The franchise belt.
And they said you had to request it. It couldn't just be given to you. Lomachenko said he never requested it. You know.
And that's when Mauricio Suleiman said it has to be requested. So that there's who's lying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one of them.
But if anything, I'm gonna believe Lomachenko over Suleiman, because Suleiman, man, he a slime ball, man. He been slimy forever.
Yeah. He just does whatever he wants to. Remember that fight? What was the guy's name? He's got one of these belts. Man, Martinez. He's coming out. Julio Cesar Martinez was fighting in Mexico, and he really scored a knockdown, but the referee messed up and called it a slip and waved it off. And Mauricio changed the referee's ruling, man, and called it a knockdown during the fight.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy? A head of a sanctioning body just gonna overrule a referee. That's crazy.
That's insane.
Yes. That's corrupt. That's what that is. But at flyweight, 112 pounds. Jesse Bam, Rodriguez, WBO, Sonny Edwards, IBF. They're going to be unifying in, I think it's December 16th. I'm looking forward to that. I like Jesse Bam.
Bam is fun to watch.
Yeah.
Bam is fun to watch, man.
Yes, he is. Yes,
Did he suffer a broken jaw or something in his last fight?
I'm not sure. Did he?
I think, if I remember correctly, I think it was him that he suffered a broken jaw and he trooped it out and still won.
Oh, I think that sounds kind of familiar. Yeah.
I think it was him. I think it was Ben.
It must have been a while back. He's got one coming up December 16th for unification against Sonny Edwards. He'll beat Sonny Edwards. That's the English guy, I think, Sonny Edwards.
Yeah.
Then they got Artem Delakian has the WBA. And Julio Cesar Martinez is in that division. He don't want to go near Jesse Bam. No way.
I don't think nobody in that division want to go near him.
Julio has the WBC because Chocolatito beat his butt a couple of years ago. And William Arroyo is the WBC interim. Okay, let me see what Al Booger said. That was the fakest shit ever. Remo said it was requested by Canelo, and after that, he changed everything. Yup, that's what happened at Remo. It was requested by Canelo, and that changed everything after that. Sure did.
They might as well make Canelo vice president of the WBC, man.
I'm serious.
He can just make his own rules. He might as well.
Yeah. You actually got fans that will say Canelo has earned the right to do whatever he wants to do. Where did he do that at?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. I was saying, like, what boxing is the only sport that somebody would say something like that. Like Tom Brady got 7 Super Bowls, right? So he was playing, he can say he's earned the right to say, well, I don't want to play that team. I got 7 Super Bowls. Come on, man. Get out of here. Boxing is the only sport that you would hear some nonsense like that, man. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. He should have been stripped, but I don't have nothing against Canelo. It's just the moves. But you can't blame him because they let him get away with it, you know?
Exactly.
So, hey, he's only doing no more than they allowed him to do.
Yeah, you know, and who not gonna take advantage of that? You know, it's not many people who wouldn't.
Who wouldn't? And then junior flyweight, that's 108 pounds. That's ridiculous. I think my 7-year-old granddaughter weighed about 108.
Wow, that's insane.
WBO is Jonathan Gonzalez. I really haven't heard of none of these guys.
Me neither.
IBF is Adrian Curiel. I heard of this guy, Kenshi Taraji. Yeah, I heard of him. He's a Japanese guy. And yeah, he's got the WBA and the WBC down there, 108.
Them dudes down there must not make no money because don't nobody know them.
No, not about them, man. And it was like that as far as like once you get past like 130 back in the old days, all those divisions was like this. But 130, 122, 118 became a little more popular than they used to be. But down here, 105, 108, they actually got a straw weight, and that's the last one. 105.
105?
Yeah, 105, 106, around in there. Oscar Collazo, WBO. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try this guy's name. Shigeoka Jinjiro. This guy's name is Knockout Freshmart. He has the WBA belt. That's Knockout Freshmart.
Well, he's sponsored by a supermarket?
I don't know, but he's got a WBA belt at 105. Knockout Freshmart.
I mean, listen, if I'm boxing at at that weight, 105,
Mm-hmm.
My side job, I'll be racing horses. I'll be a jockey.
Yeah. Yep. Who you think make more, jockeys or boxers down at that weight? Maybe jockey. They don't make no money down there. That's why I remember what you were saying yesterday about the guy was saying he don't make no money boxing. You got to be in there fighting and slugging it out. He was down there in them lower weight classes, right? He's still there, Tommy? And that wraps it up for the weight class.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had a message. I didn't realize you couldn't hear me when I was on the message.
Okay. Now I was saying, who do you think makes more, a jockey or those guys down in those little small weight classes?
That's a really good question. I don't know, man. I know both of them. Both of their jobs require them to starve themselves to damn near death.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And being you said that, about 6 or 7 years ago, I read an article. It said that 92% of boxers who fight in Las Vegas do not make more than $10,000 for their purse. So all these dudes we hear about that's making 100,000, $500,000, $1 million, that's only 8% of the fighters, man.
Wow, that's a small percentage there, man.
So what these dudes making? 5,000, 8,000, 9,000?
That's not really worth it, man, to go in there and get hit upside the head and, you're risking death, man. I gotta get at least $1 million. Yeah. I gotta get at least $1 million each fight if I was a fighter.
If you making $7,000-8,000 a fight, and you fight every 2 months, you still ain't making shit. You living a real humble life. You driving a Honda Civic. Yeah,
you ain't making no more than somebody out here working 9 to 5.
Exactly.
Working in a bank or something.
Yeah.
You in there risking your life for that kind of money, you might as well just get a regular 9 to 5 job.
And you ain't got no benefits coming to you.
None.
That's one thing I ain't got. I don't got no kind of benefits and none of that. I gotta make it all on my own.
Yeah. You're a personal trainer though, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah.
If I was working for a gym, I would have benefits.
Right.
But I'm making more on my own as opposed to if I had to start out in the gym and then you ain't making shit for your first few months until you build up a clientele and you know. And then you got to pay the gym so much money per,
right.
Man, screw that, man. I'm doing me and I'm doing it online.
And you had all your clients in New York. If you left them, you doing it online.
That's why I'm still training them.
Okay. Oh, I see.
I'm training them on Zoom. I'm training them on FaceTime.
Oh, okay.
I got a client in Texas. I know you heard of Ronnie Lott. I was training Ronnie Lott.
Football player.
I was training Ronnie Lott, dog.
Okay.
No bullshit. Not my word to God.
Well, he was playing?
No.
Afterwards.
This is a couple of years ago. He was like 60, 61 years old.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, Ronnie Lott.
But he wasn't my client. He was a client of a friend of mine. And this dude had so many clients that he had 7 trainers working for him. I was one of the trainers working for him, and I was the only one he trusted to train Ronnie Lott.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, I'll say this about Ronnie Lott. You know how a lot of these superstars are not what you think you are, like when you actually meet them. He's a hell of a nice guy, man. Down to earth, man. He's just a good man. Real cool man.
Yeah.
And a hell of fine shape. 60, I think he was 60, 61. He bang out push-ups with the best of them.
Yeah, he's in his 60s now, right?
Yeah.
Because Ronnie, he was playing when I was young with the 49ers. They was winning Super Bowl way back then, man.
Cut the finger off.
Right.
Remember that?
I remember that.
Cut the finger off. You gotta get surgery and miss the playoffs so we can cut it off.
I ain't getting no surgery. Yeah, he's a legend, Al Booker. Yeah. You're right, Tim. Tim said making $85,000 a year is better than fighting at entry level. Damn right. I'm not getting in there for no $5,000, getting the hit all up into my brain and stuff, man. I'll just go get a job. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
Tony?
No,
Shit.
all,
We
all
work at
day in
McDonald's some
America.
damn way. Huh?
All day in America. But I guess a lot of them are doing it with them hopes that I'm gonna be a breakout star. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get that big
exactly.
fight.
Yeah, like you got to be small before you can be big type thing. Yeah. They're not doing it thinking they're gonna always make that amount. That's a good point. Yeah. Willing to take that risk. Yeah. Everybody ain't a Tank or Devin, making millions. They wasn't making that when they first started, so Devin was
Yeah,
fighting down in Mexico, right? So
that's
yeah.
right. Usually the people who get medals in the Olympics, they start out making some bread off the
Yeah.
rip.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Yeah.
I think Andre Ward. I think Andre Ward said his first fight. Is it Andre Ward or who? Or I might be confusing him. That he had a $750,000 purse.
That ain't bad for a first fight.
That
Wow.
man, I fight Andre Ward with a knife in his hand for $750,000.
Yeah, I'll get in there for that. I say just don't kill me,
Exactly.
750,000. I'll say I give you half of it. Just tap me, then I'll go in on down. 300,000 ain't bad.
Yeah, hell yeah, 700,000. You smart with your money, man. You could really do some things with that, man.
I say I would fight Andre Ward and just give him half, not to kill me. Then I'll take my 300,000 and go on off into the sunset, or whatever half of it is.
Yeah.
Andre got out young though.
Half of it.
Andre was smart. He got out young, undefeated. But he had like 37 fights, something like that.
30, I believe he's 32-0.
Yeah. And still got his faculties, look good, talk good, He didn't hang around and never came back. I like the way Hagler did it. After the Sugar Ray fight, Hagler left and never looked back.
You know what, man? I watched that fight so many times. Yeah. I don't understand how how people feel Hagler won that fight. He gave away 2 rounds. The first 2 rounds he gave them away, coming out orthodox. I thought Sugar Ray won that fight clearly, but it wasn't the same Hagler. Like it's like he couldn't just fire off. I think that all them wars he been in, John Mugabe, and I think it took something from him, and I think he was done at that point. You know how I say a fighter suddenly gets old overnight. I think that's what happened. I'm a Sugar Ray guy all the way. Yeah. But I believe if Hagler was 100%, he would have beat the shit out of Sugar.
Yeah. And he couldn't stop Sugar Ray Sugar Ray stole a lot of rounds at the end, man. With them fast hands and stuff.
Yeah.
Toward the end of the rounds, he really had a lot of activity. And Hagler couldn't prevent him from doing that. Sugar Ray said he told his corner every time you got down to 30 seconds, he yelled it out to him,
Yeah.
When it got busy. I saw that. They had a thing called closed circuit TV. That was our pay-per-view back then. They would show that different.
Wasn't that fight like the first pay-per-view or the first big pay-per-view or something like that? 1987, right?
I can't remember. But we used to watch fights on closed circuit TV back then, where they would show it at different arenas and places around the country, like basketball arenas on college campuses, and you pay, and I guess the promoter, the fighters, the venue, all them would get a piece of the money. But they used to make out pretty good. But I don't know if that Hagler Sugar Ray fight. What was it? That was around 87.
I'm pretty sure it was 87.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was 12 years old, and I think.
I know they showed that on closed circuit around the country, but I don't know. What was it? The first pay-per-view? I'm not sure about that.
I think it was pay-per-view.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
I wanted to look into it. Maybe it was. That's around the time that it got started. I know it is late 80s, right in that time frame. Yeah. Man, before that, it was closed circuit TV. Tim says you got to have a nice support system at home. Oh, that's always important, Tim. Having that support system at home, even when you get older. You know,
Yeah, it
that's
still is
home.
to this day, man.
Yeah.
Networking is everything.
Say it again, Tommy.
Networking is everything, man, and that's
Everything, man.
this is one of the things I'm starting to appreciate about this whole online world is that I believe that there's only so many good people in the world,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be and having online is like you can meet good people anywhere. You can really expand your world like that, so to speak.
I like what Jay always say. That algorithm has a way of bringing the like-minded people together, man. You know.
Yes.
And that's true. You always got a few bad apples come in, but you just got to weed them out. But for the most part, man, like the people in here, Al Booker, Tim Lake, and Remo.
That's right.
We all
good people.
Cool. Yeah, all good people.
Those dudes
and
I go out and have a drink with anytime.
We all be in the same chats all the time and everything. You notice that? It's always the same people. You go from chat to chat. It's always basically the same group. You get it, like I say, a few stragglers coming every now and then. But
yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah. But I ain't going back and forth with them. Yeah. Well, today is Monday. Yeah, I know Just Do coming on at 4. It's been nice though. So did you like the little cook with the going through the weight divisions and stuff?
Yeah, that was cool because it kind of familiarized me with a few names that I'm not really familiar with,
Yeah.
That I'm not really familiar with. But I will say I do believe Robesi is going to be king of 126.
Robesi? Okay.
Yeah, he makes that weight easy. He said he don't want to move up. He's getting, and I'm not just saying this because he's Cuban. I know a lot of people think that, but he really is. He's getting better and better, and he's learned how to sit down on his punches and close the show.
I think you're right too. From what's there right now, and I don't know what kind of youngsters coming up. Isn't Bruce Carrington in 126?
Oh, I forgot about my man Bruce Carrington. That's right. That's
the
fight.
Young.
That's the fight. I'm going to be torn. Because one, I like both of their styles. Robesi is Cuban. I got that Cuban blood.
Right.
Shushu is from Brownsville, Brooklyn. He literally grew up about 15 blocks from where I grew up in East New York.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I'll probably be rooting for Shushu on that one, man. I just like the kid, man. He just seemed like a good dude. He got a great boxing mind. Like he's a smart fighter. He's constantly honing his craft. Both of them are. I don't got a dog in the race in that one, man. I would just hope for a good fight, man.
But you got to think about this, Tommy. Now, Robesi says he's going to stay at 126. Shushu is young. They might not never meet because Shushu time, he might be moving on up.
I don't know if and when he's gonna move up because one, he's a very small frame guy. He's what you call an ectomorph, right? You got 3 basic body types: an ectomorph, a mesomorph, and an endomorph. Ectomorph is a person who has a small bone structure. You don't carry a lot of muscle. You don't carry a lot of fat, and you tend to be like that your whole life. And he's a vegan. He's also no, he ain't vegan. He said he's plant-based, right? Because he still wear leather and all that, but he don't eat no animal foods. So I think he's going to be there for a while, man.
Okay. So we might get that one then.
As a matter of fact, he recently said he wants to expose Inoue when Inoue come up to 126. Oh, I don't know about that. That's going to be a tall task.
I don't know about that one, man. Wow.
I forgot about Inoue. He might be moving up. I don't know how many divisions he can keep going, but he's a bad little dude, man.
Because I got him after he's going to get that undisputed at 122, and then by next year, 2024, I got him being at 126 at some point in 2024, just for the challenge, because there's going to be nothing left for him at 122. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll be undisputed. So I got him coming up. So.
I've seen a story on him, and they was talking about part of how he built his upper body strength. He lived on a second floor apartment in Japan, his
Yeah.
pops had a rope hanging out the window. He had to climb up and down the rope to get in and out the apartment every time
Oh
he left
man,
and came back in.
that's child abuse, man.
Yeah, man.
Wow, wow. He had to climb up and down the rope to get in and out. I guess he probably had his little brother do the same thing, probably. You know.
I ain't seen his little brother fight yet, you
Me
know?
neither. Never seen him. I
I
was
remember
looking forward to
Pacquiao
that.
had a brother who looked just like him, and he couldn't fight for shit.
Who?
Pacquiao, he got
Oh, did he? I never knew that. You know,
man,
his
he
son is
looked
in the amateurs
exactly
now.
like him.
Manny Pacquiao Jr. is in the amateurs now.
Okay, well, let's see what he
Last,
do.
last time I checked, it was like 2 months ago. He was 6-2. Yeah, I think he was at what was it, like 122, something 122, something like that, down in them lower ones. Yeah, and remember he used to be sitting there with his mother watching Manny's fights all the time.
Yeah, I remember
Now
that.
he's a fighter himself. Yeah.
Wow, you know, he must really love it because
Yeah.
you know, I'm sure he lived a privileged life and he ain't got to do that.
Yeah, he didn't have to do it, no.
So props to
'Cause
him for that.
Fernando Vargas' 3 sons are professionals, right? Now, Fernando
Yes.
said that he tried to steer his sons away from boxing. He said that's what they wanted to do. He didn't want none of his sons to be boxers. Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that, you
But
know.
he said they wanted it so bad, so he had to get out of the way. And then look how good they are, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
got to be something with the
yeah.
genes, man. That just ain't no coincidence for kids, and any sport that be just so good like that after the parent been so good in the same sport. It's got to be something in the genes, man. There ain't no coincidence.
I think the temperament of the father
Yeah,
is gonna bring that out of them if they got it in them. You know what I'm saying?
if it's in them, that's right.
If it's in them, it gotta be in them because I seen
True.
Kodo children, and Kodo a tough dude, but one of his kids, I think he a funny bunny.
Yeah.
So I guess so some people you just never gonna have it, but
yeah.
But I do think
Right.
the temperament of the father really plays an effect in molding them characteristics.
But you're right. It's got to be in you, though. If it's not there, it's just not there.
And sometimes
can't
it gotta
make
be brought out of you. Sometimes a kid don't even know it's in them. Sometimes it gotta be brought out.
Yeah, that's true.
'Cause
Like Joe-
I'll be quite honest, man. When I was a young kid, I used to hate fighting because dudes always used to grab me or they used to bum rush me.
Right.
And I was skinny and I had asthma.
Yeah.
And it ain't happened until I started working out and learning how to
Yeah.
box
Right.
that I realized, like, oh shit, I'm pretty damn good at this.
Did you ever compete in boxing, or
No,
you just did it
I
in the
never
gym?
got to compete because I learned in prison and
Oh,
several prisons in New York State had boxing programs. They took them out of every prison except for one. I was supposed to get transferred to that prison and compete. I was keeping my weight down. Friends of mine already told the trainees in the boxing program down there, look out for this dude. He coming there, and they veered me off and sent me to a different prison.
Oh man, damn.
So I never got to really compete. Any sparring we did, it was usually light sparring because you really wasn't allowed to. But we used to have blind spots where we used to spar, or once in a while we might have had a sympathetic officer who would allow us to spar a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and
of course.
And I needed more sparring. That's without question. I don't care if you do everything nice. You have to spar because that's the only way you're going to develop timing. There's no other way to develop timing than sparring. I don't care how good you look doing everything else. When you first get in the ring, you're going to get punched in your face several times.
Right. Sparring is important. Tim Layton says, Tommy, I found my micros finally based off of me being an endomorph this weekend.
Yes. Yes, Tim Layton is the endomorph. That's why I call him Big Train. Tim Big Boy. That's right.
Endomorph. Now what was the small one again?
Ectomorph.
Okay, that's what my wife is, because she's been the same weight damn near ever since I met her, man. And she's in her 60s now.
You got ectomorph, which is people, again, with small bone structure,
Yeah.
They don't carry
Extra
heavy
more.
muscle. They don't carry a lot of fat. You just a real slim
Okay.
dude.
Yeah.
Who could we think of? Like
And that goes
Ray
for men and
Barnes.
women, right? Men
Yes,
and women.
yes, for men and
Okay.
women. Then you
Okay.
got what you call a mesomorph. A
Yeah.
mesomorph is a natural athlete. A mesomorph is like a Roy Jones, Evander
Okay.
Holyfield. These dudes, they got wide shoulders, little waist.
Yeah.
They just look
Yeah.
at a set of weights, and muscles start popping out of them. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah. No. Mm.
endomorph is someone we call big boned. You got heavy bones, you got heavy muscle, and you might carry it. It's easy for you to put on fat as well, like a lineman, like an
Okay.
NFL like
Yeah.
most heavyweight fighters.
It's easy to gain weight.
Yes, and them
Okay.
dudes carry a lot of muscle, like that. What I call them chubby diesel dudes. That's the
That was
endomorph.
an
That's a natural
endomorph, right?
endomorph.
That's what Tim
Huh?
is, right? That's what
That's
Tim
what
Layton
Tim is.
endomorph. Okay,
All
gotcha.
day. Now, most people aren't all the way one. You usually have characteristics of two, but
Okay.
like one of them is more dominant. You got the dominant characteristics.
The dominant.
And the reason I had to learn about that is that all three body types don't respond the same way to the same type of workouts.
Right. Okay.
It's very, very different to how you got to train, how you got to rest, and that each body responds differently.
Did you go to school to be a personal trainer, or you just picked it up? Or
No,
on the
I
job?
studied for it. I did a correspondence program while I was in the joint. I paid $600 and I studied, but I was studying long before that. I was learning. I was just fascinated with. I became fascinated with it because I hurt my shoulders real bad. I didn't do anything, but my shoulders just started getting fucked up on me. I'm sorry for cursing on your show. My shoulders started getting messed up on me, and I had to learn how to rehab them. And you know, in prison, you ain't getting any good medical care. So I learned everything I could about the shoulders and how different exercises affect the shoulders. And I became fascinated. Then I started learning everything about the body. Then before you know it, I started training people in prison. I was really good at training basic footwork. I'm really good at teaching footwork. I had good footwork. Strength and conditioning, like to get someone in shape for on a low level. I'm not like a strength and conditioning trainer who would go into a camp with a professional body. No, I'm not that. I would have to learn that. I would have to study up under one of them. But and I also just trained a lot of people how to lose weight. Or I trained people how to get big, and that's how I got all my experience.
I got you.
And I was dead set that this is what I'm gonna do for a living when I get out of prison. This is what I'm gonna do. That was my plan A, B, and C, and that's what I did. And
You
5 years later, I'm still doing it.
Yeah, damn, that's all right. You had a goal and you went through with it. That's what it's all about, man. You know. Yep. Wow, that is very interesting. Well, Tommy, I'm gonna get on up out of here. It's time for Just Do Boxing to come on. I don't want to infringe on his time, you know. But I really appreciate you coming up here helping me out. You know, where would I be if I wonder where Aunt McQueen is today? Aunt must have had something to do today because he's always here. Yeah. Yeah. You still there, Tommy? Get ready to get up out of here. I don't know if Tommy done jumped off. But Tim Layton is still in the building. I appreciate it, Tim. So I found the problem. Protein, fats, carbs, formula, what my fitness pal, and trying this head on. All right. Yeah, Tim Layton is one of my big supporters too. I really appreciate Tim Layton, JBT. Tampa Tommy, appreciate him. Always coming up here helping me out. I'm gonna get Tim Layton up here one of these days. Salute, Tim. I appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna get on up out of here. I'll holler at y'all in the Hardcores Hangout in a few more hours. Okay. So I appreciate everybody that support my little small channel. But hey, you gotta be small before you can be big, right? This is Cass Sports. I'm gone. See y'all.